You are eagerly waiting for Elden Ring to finish installing. Your heart is racing. You load up the game, and you are immediately struck by the sheer size of the world. It's massive, it's beautiful, and you are ready to explore every inch of it.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Slumped in your chair, wondering what went wrong. You've lost that sense of excitement, that spark that made you fall in love with the game in the first place. Was it overhyped? Was it simply not as good as you thought it would be? No, not at all. I just made a bad choice. I chose the prisoner class, because of magic. You see, I just wanted to try playing as a mage again after a long time. I found myself dealing massive amounts of damage, but I missed out on the satisfying feeling of engaging enemies up close. Feeling the weight of my weapon as I struck them down. And while magic is a powerful tool in Elden Ring, it can be too powerful at times, robbing me of that sense of progression and accomplishment that comes with mastering a skill or a weapon. But with spells, you just buzz the boss away and forget about it after a while. With your staff, you don't need to upgrade it as often as your normal weapon, and instead you can use runes to enhance your intelligence or some other stats. I also remember how becoming a mage in other Souls games was much harder, more hidden and complex. For example, in Dark Souls 1, you had to free the first sorcerer from a locked room that Master Key couldn't open, so you had to find the right key. Or Big Hat Logan, who was imprisoned in Sen's Fortress. Although his cage can be unlocked with Master Key, it's still hidden behind a wall that can be broken by a rock slinger. Magic in Dark Souls 1 seems like something you were never meant to discover, because of its devastating power. But in Elden Ring, you can find it practically right away, and the game tries to push it more towards the players. Selen is trapped in the dungeon with a boss, but sooner or later you will come across this dungeon.
Really? It's not every day I meet a tarnished just milling about.
And if you don't want to bother with the boss, just bypass the Stormvale Castle, behind which is a cathedral with another mage who is literally locked behind a donation of 10 runes. In Dark Souls 3, mana was introduced for the first time, which also had a significant impact on magic in Elden Ring. Instead of a limited number of uses, you had a renewable mana bar that you could replenish with a new blue flask. So now you don't have to count enemies and save the uses of your spells. Plus, most magic is cast from a distance. Most bosses fight up close. And because of this simple fact, battles can look like this. Yeah, poor Bell Hunter. Anyway, it's worth noting that Elden Ring is more aimed at players outside of the Souls community, which could explain why magic is more accessible. But hey, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who you are playing as, whether you are a big burly warrior or a puny little mage, as long as you are having fun. That's all that matters. So go for it, and remember, the best weapon in any game, in any Souls game, is the weapon of joy. See ya!